Okay, so my 1.5 minutes at 3.8 RPMs is finished. That's the first spin. The door opened, and now I have my counterbalance and my first separation. So what we have here, the red blood cells and the neutrophils have been driven to the bottom of the sample, and the top is plasma with platelets suspended. So not concentrated, but most of the platelets that were in the original sample are at the top, and the red blood cells are at the bottom. So now I'm going to take a 60 ml syringe, which I have in my kit. There you go. And I'm going to pull off the plasma with the suspended platelets. And you got to do a little bit of a pull here at the beginning just to get things going. And you remember, I didn't actually remove my red blood cells from the tubing because a few red blood cells really doesn't bother me at all. Lots of red blood cells bothers me, but importantly, the inflammatory cells, white blood cells, are actually in the red blood cell sample, and the plasma is at the top. So you can see as soon as I see red blood cells, I'm going to stop. And now I have serum with all the platelets suspended. So now I'm going to take my concentrator, and I've wiped the top with alcohol, although it's sterile coming out of the kit. And I'm going to place my syringe on it by pushing down and turning. Okay, you can see. And now I'm going to push all of that right into the second conical. This is a beautiful, beautiful system. I have a very high yield platelet count with as few or as many red blood cells as I want. And I really want very few. And I could have even fewer had I rinsed the tubing. Okay, now I'm going to take my second separation here, and that's about right. If I needed to add or subtract more water for weight, I would just simply take my 20 ml syringe and either add or pull off some water. Okay, but mine actually is a bit even, and I label mine first spin, second spin. Just not that it's necessary, but just in case you have someone else working your equipment. I actually do most of my stuff alone. And then I'm going to put each one in the bucket. I'm going to close the lid by simply holding it down. It closes automatically. I'm going to adjust my time to 5 minutes, 3.8 RPMs. I'm hitting the start button. Okay? Now remember, the timer doesn't start ticking until the speed reaches our desired 3.8 RPMs. So I'll see you in a few minutes, 5 minutes, and I'll show you what we end up with. All right.